It's hard to say for any individual what was going through their mind at the time, but in general, yeah, people can and do convince themselves of those kind of things all the time. And I think this is where I think the people and the theology kind of meet, which is when you have the idea, and evangelicalism is big on this, when you have the idea that your own internal thoughts and feelings can somehow be different from other people's. You can somehow have an internal experience that is coming from God, and that comes out in the theology. When that meets people who are already, let's say, narcissists, that then immediately they're like hand in glove. They've been looking for that system their whole life.
Yeah.
So there's three sort of dark triads. There's three personality variables that are called the dark triad, right? And these are sort of the patterns of being that cause other people problems, and they are narcissism. Basic idea with narcissism is that you genuinely think that you are different from other people, right? And you are better than other people. Now, in some ways, we're all a bit narcissistic because, like we are always where we go. No matter where we go, it seems to be that this world is all about me.
Yeah.
Because I'm always the centre of the story.
Right.
So in some ways, we're all a bit narcissistic. But people who, and people vary on this dimension.
Yeah.
But people who are genuinely problematically narcissistic, in every situation, they just assume that they are superior to other people.
Right.
So that's narcissism. You've then got Machiavellianism, which is manipulation.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
People who are able to, come into any situation and say, right, what can I get out of this? And I'm not interested in the other person. I can use them or I can leave them or whatever.
And but like you're talking about being open, the openness in me. I still don't get why you do that. Like, what are they really going into a church environment, a church community, and thinking, I'm going to get this out of it?
But sometimes they mix up their own understanding of themselves with the understanding of the good of the community and the good of the church. So especially if they are narcissistic, because then it's obviously the best thing for this community is for me to be elevated.
Yeah.
That's just what they think.
Right.
So therefore the ends justify the means. And then you've got psychopathy, which is the one that people think about when they think about dark personalities, which is the basically lack of empathy, and you don't actually feel other people's, pain and feelings.
Yeah.
So
you don't even think of it.
No, it's not.
To do something to someone, you're not even going to think that's going to affect them.
No, yeah, exactly. So you've got narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, and I think the problem is that church environments actually attract those people. It's set up in such a way that it's a perfect opportunity for people who are quite high on one or more of those traits to then come in and say, this is a great opportunity for me. So with narcissists, they think their internal experience is special. Then they come into a church, and a church says to them, you can hear from God.
Yeah.
You can have an inner experience which is from, the creator of the universe.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes later, they're hearing from God.
Yeah.
But nothing's changed. All that's happened is that somebody's just given them an excuse to do what they always wanted to do, which is to say that their inner thoughts are important. So I always knew that I was important somehow. And if you genuinely believe that you're hearing from God, if you have a thought that says, Sam shouldn't be working here anymore, right? Sam doesn't fit here.
Yeah.
That thought comes in somebody's head. If you think that's from God, then what happens is that that trumps everything else. Why would you need to care or think about, how Sam takes that or what effect it has him, because
it's the Lord's will.
It's the Lord's will, and it's not the Lord's will necessarily. It's just your own internal thoughts that are maybe nasty and mean and dark, but you've been given a social justification for it, for acting that way. And it's the same with Machiavellianism. So if your pattern has always been to manipulate people and to try to get what you want out of situations.
Yeah.
When you then link that into the idea of, and we're building the Lord's kingdom,
Yeah.
you know, then it's okay to manipulate people, you know.
So
It becomes for the greater good.